Welcome back to A Girl in a Panda Suit. Today we're taking it back to Discovery. I'm really excited to talk again about Discovery. It's been a while since we've talked about it, so looking forward to it. We're going to start where we left off, which was episode 3. And I'm not going to be doing a reaction video, mostly because I actually watched this for the first time a couple of months ago. So I just rewatched it last night along with episode 4, and I'm just really looking forward to talking about it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to this channel to see more videos about Star Trek. Without further ado, let's just get started. Episode 3 was great. I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it so much because it told a lot in one episode. There was just so much that it covered and so many things that it opened, which was really intriguing after those first 2 episodes, which were just like really action-packed and kind of war-driven. Not this episode isn't war-driven, but I feel like there was a lot more to it. First of all, we get introduced to Discovery for the first time, which is great, seeing the ship after all this hype. Really interesting. Didn't get to know enough about it in one episode, but either way, we finally got to see Discovery. We did start to learn about the spores that they use, so that's also really intriguing. They kind of just like lay that on the table right away, so you're not just like, what's up with this ship? And the third thing that I like really noticed about it was just it was packed with character development and just like personalities, and that was really intriguing to me. You guys, if you've been watching my videos, you guys know I am a sucker for some good character development, so I really enjoyed this episode, particularly because of the character development. I mean, it's definitely the classic character intro episode to a TV show. First of all, they definitely try to say as many names of the members of the crew as they possibly can in this episode, which I found kind of funny. Not only that, but they do delve into some of the characters' personalities a lot more, in particular Captain Lorca as well as Lieutenant Stamets. So that was pretty interesting, and I definitely was intrigued by that. I mean, also Michael, I guess, you know, she's been a main character since the beginning, so you've already like seen some of her personality, but I do find as well in this episode and episode 4 that different parts of her personality come out, which I really appreciated. So yeah, I did find it interesting actually, Captain Lorca and Lieutenant Stamets' dynamic and relationship in this episode. It really sets like the playing field kind of for what's going on and like the tension within the ship and like the main conflict. Obviously, Captain Lorca is very war-driven and is just focused on defeating the Klingons, whereas Lieutenant Stamets is more about the science and the discovery and his work and what he's doing, and obviously there's a lot invested in it for him personally, so that's quite interesting. And the dynamic between the two, obviously there's like hostility in that respect, and they really do put on like a whole science versus war thing between the two characters, which I found was interesting. But it also kind of shocked me to see that two like opposing sides who actually were very similar in the sense that they would both do whatever they had to do to achieve the goals that they're trying to achieve. That was kind of like shocking and scary to me. It kind of made me realize something about Discovery and the way that I've been feeling about it, and kind of explaining why I've been feeling this way about Discovery. I'm not even sure how to explain the way that I've been feeling. It's not that I don't like Discovery. Obviously, I have my issues with certain things about Discovery, and there are certain things like, you know, about the timeline that are kind of confusing or whatever, but I'm willing to like let go of that stuff and try to enjoy the series. But I just had this feeling and I didn't know what it was. I was kind of assuming it was because it was more action-packed, but I'm not sure that that's what it is anymore. And I think I realized that it's because I was expecting a different Starfleet. Like, I was expecting a different humanity, different Federation. I was expecting those of the past. I was expecting the Starfleet of Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and Voyager. I don't know why I was expecting that. I really don't. It makes sense that they are the way that they are, and that war is more prevalent in the way that they think and just the way that they act and all sorts of things. Like, it makes sense in this part of the timeline that they're still kind of like that. But it was really jarring to me. Like, I didn't realize how much it bothered me until I rewatched this episode. I feel like I was just expecting the like socialist utopia vibes, like Next Generation and Voyager have, but it's not like that at all. I kind of miss it, like the way that they treat the tardigrade. That would have never happened if the Honorable Jean-Luc Picard was in charge. Like, that is just not the way the Starfleet rolls anymore. And like what kind of first contact is that? Like, that really bothered me. And I know that they're still learning or whatever, but it really bugs me. In particular, the treatment of the tardigrade really opened my eyes to it. Like, it was interesting because we had, you know, the science versus war thing going on, but then you had Michael, and she was showing a different side of humanity. She was showing the humanity that you see in Next Generation, the way that she was studying the tardigrade and the way she felt about the treatment of the tardigrade. So yeah, I guess that kind of brings us into episode 4 as well, because that's the episode that you really see more between Michael and the tardigrade and like how they're interacting and the relationship that's like developed between the two, and the emotions that she's feeling, and you kind of do see more of her personality, which I actually really appreciated and slightly identified with. If you guys knew me, you'd know I take care of all the street cats in the neighborhood, so I kind of feel like that, like this tardigrade is just trapped and it just needs someone to like set it free and like take care of it and like give it the things that it needs. I don't know. Just looks like a big pet. Like, I feel bad for it. Anyway, that's just me projecting. Episode 4 kind of seemed like an extension of episode 3 to me. It definitely did have more of the character development between Captain Lorca, Lieutenant Stamets, as well as Michael's personal development, as well as even her friend. I like that. They got closer. But it also did go further with the tardigrade issue, which I feel like really opened my eyes to the thing that's bothering me. So hopefully now that I've identified it, I can let it go like everything else that's bugged me about Discovery so far. That being said, I'm really looking forward to the Picard series. That is just going to be the best. I don't really have much else to say. I feel like, I guess the only other thing that I have to say would be the other thing that I kind of expected, which I know, like, I don't know why I'm expecting things to be like the older series. This is clearly not like the other series. But every other series had like an honorable captain. I just don't know how I feel about this captain. Like, he just seems kind of psycho. He kind of seems like a psycho. Like, I hope that gets better. I hope that I like him more. To me, he feels kind of like an antagonist a little bit. I still trust him for some reason. Like, I've got this like trust for all Starfleet captains, but like I'm not really sure what to expect. Keeping me on my toes, I see. Anyway, I guess that's all I really have to say about these 2 episodes. I really enjoyed them. Let me know how you guys feel about these episodes. Please give this video a thumbs up if you want to, and subscribe to my channel for more videos about Star Trek. If you want to be notified about when I post new videos, click that little bell icon as well. Thank you again for watching, and I guess just live long and prosper or something.